Hold on one second while I get this all situated. Oh, YouTube, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop. Um, so, hello everybody, this is Carla. Welcome back to the studio, and thank you for joining me for my Friday night kinda live. So, typically I would go live on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am not this Friday only because, and I did add a comment in the community section of, make sure that I'm in the center here, in the community section of my channel. So you should be able to see the comment that I left. So here in Memphis, we are actually under a winter storm warning. So I am recording this Thursday evening. Um, it's kind of late Thursday evening. I should have been doing this earlier, but needed to come up with the projects for this live. So anyway, it was starting at, let's see, on Thursday at 6 p.m. and running into 6 a.m. on Saturday morning under a severe, no, under a winter storm warning, not a watch, but a warning. Um, at 6 p.m., nothing was happening. It was just cloudy. But before I hit live on here to start recording, I did check and it was starting to snow out there. Now, it's not the heavy snow that they said that we are going to get, but uh, that seems like it's going to be more as we get towards the daylight hours of Friday. So reason why I decided to do this kind of live tonight and not actually go live on Friday was because I had already gotten a text message from Xfinity saying, with the severe weather, that there could be issues with the internet. Even our utility company, they went and sent one as well to say, with the severe weather that, there's chances that there could be power outages. Now, the one good thing about with this storm is that we are not supposed to be getting any freezing rain. So, what had happened last weekend, I believe on Sunday evening, or was it Saturday evening? I can't remember which day, but I know it was last weekend. There was some pretty severe weather. Here we just got a bit of thunderstorms. South of us had um, pretty severe. They had some tornadoes. And then north of us, into Kentucky and Missouri and all that, they were dealing with freezing rain and snow. And so, luckily for us, they're just predicting snow. Now, for down here, it's a lot. They're predicting anywhere, I think, was it anywhere between maybe 4 to 6, possibly 7 inches of snow. Now, FYI, I'm from New York. I'm used to snow. I lived in Ohio, so I'm used to a lot of snow. But down here, they are not. They are not prepared down here to handle the snow like we are up north. So I will tell you that I have no desire to get in my car and go anywhere until this stuff is gone. So I have what I need, and it's all good. So this is the reason why I'm doing this as a kind of live. It's still posting at the same exact time, so you will know that because you are watching this. But if you're watching the replay, or if you're new to my channel and you're watching this, That is the reason why I am not actually physically live tonight, but it's a pre recorded live. So, to get started, a little bit of housekeeping stuff. So, this is the stamp set that I'm going to be featuring tonight. This is the Friendly Seagulls stamp set, Seagulls stamp set. This is part of the celebration offering that's currently going on. So, our new catalog, which I'm going to show the catalogs here in a minute, they have gone live. So, these are items that you'll be able to get now. So before I start diving into the project itself, let me do a little bit of housekeeping stuff, just some of the things that are currently going on. Now, if you are on my newsletter list, I did send out my newsletter on Tuesday, January 7th. That was the day the catalogs went live. That was the day that I was able to see new kits that are now available in the kits collection. And just so all the stuff that's currently going on is in that newsletter. If you are not on my newsletter and you're interested in receiving it, I typically send it out on the first Tuesday of each month. And typically it's just the one newsletter. Now, there's a lot of times that special promotion stuff like free shipping, we don't know about that in advance. So a lot of times then I would then send out another newsletter just making you aware of what's going on. Also in my newsletter, I do have the schedule of all of my video content here on YouTube. So I have listed all of the stamp sets, bundles, or suites I'm using for my Throwback Thursday and for my Friday Night Lives. Also, I do mention about the paper pumpkin kit, that post at some point. Now it is changed a little bit. I was also doing special holiday videos on an actual holiday. I have decided to not do that anymore. I mean, there's still some of the holiday videos that are saved out here on the channel. I'm just looking to cut back a little bit just so that way I have a little more time to do like other things. I do work a regular Monday through Friday, 40-hour a week job. And this is something that I am doing kind of like as my little side gig. But it's a lot. And then I find that I don't have the opportunity to really do anything else. So I decided that those holiday videos are going to kind of be tied into the Throwback Thursdays and the Friday Night Lives. So that as far as video content, that's the only thing that I removed. I'm still doing the monthly Christmas card inspirations. As far as in-person classes, at the moment, I am putting a hold on those. And the reason why is that basically there hasn't seemed to been much interest. So I was offering a monthly Christmas card club where you can create your Christmas cards throughout the year. Each month we would gather here. Now, this is if you are local to me here in Memphis. You come to here to my studio and you can use my stamps, my dies, my punches, and you can create a few of your Christmas cards each month. And then by the time December rolls around, then you have enough cards and they're all done. Um, there was really no interest in that, so I decided that I wasn't going to do it this year. uh, I instead there is that monthly Christmas card inspiration that I do at on the first of each month. So I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. Now, somewhere down the road, it could be, I don't know, anytime this year, next year, year after. If anybody local to me shows an interest in wanting to do something like that, then I will certainly revisit that whole doing that whole Christmas card club. Also, I was doing monthly in-person classes. Um, with those again, there wasn't it was very sporadic. The first one I did, I had quite a few people, and then I would maybe have like two people or three people, including myself, on various months. Not It wasn't consistent with every month. Again, with doing in-person classes, it's basically the same amount of work as what I put into a Friday Night Live. You got to come up with the projects, and then you have to, um, you know, create all the different, the individual card kits, plus the PDF as well. Now, in regards to PDFs, so I'm going to show you something that I have done. Now, this binder, I've just basically put this all in here. So, all of my Friday Night Lives, I have created some PDFs. Now, originally, these PDFs were going to be free for anybody who placed a minimum $35 order in my online store. And at that point, I would send a card kit for the projects that I made that Friday night. And then the PDFs I would then email. Since there was, I have started to get more people watching and following me on my YouTube channel. But I don't know out of those that watch me if they're already Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, or some are not even in the US. So at that point, I really wasn't getting any orders. So what I have done with these PDFs, I have made them available to anybody who would like them. Uh, in the description of the video, you will see that there is a lot of info. There's like your cutting dimensions and stuff for the projects. And then there's a lot of links that'll take you into the online store, or to um, subscribe to my newsletter. But near the bottom of that, just before the list of supplies, there is a little paragraph there that has a link that'll take you to my Google Drive, and there you can download the PDF if you like. So this is what it looks like. Um, the Friday Night Live and the date, this actually has a link tied to it. So if you click on this, it will bring you back to that video in which I made the projects. It also has a list of all the supplies used, and then it has pictures, and then cutting dimensions, and a little bit of instruction for each of the projects. So I have done this for all of my Friday Night Lives. And again, the link to my Google Drive is in the description of this video. Everything is dated, and the name of the bundle or the suite is also listed. So if there's anything there that you're interested in, be sure to take a look. Now, if you have any issues at all trying to access that, simply send me an email. It will be in the description. Now, just like as an FYI, if you're watching the video, right underneath the title of the video, you'll see a little bit of, excuse me, description stuff, but then you'll see a few dots and it'll say more. If you click on more, the rest of the description will open up for you. So then you'll see it in there. So along with, so excuse me, every time I go live, this is what happens. My voice starts to get a little scratchy, and I apologize in advance. Okay, so all this information that I am mentioning to you, uh, all the links to this stuff is in the description. And again, my newsletter, I have that stuff in there as well. Now, back to like my in-person classes, those I'm also putting a hold on. Now, there's periodically I may do an in-person class. At that point, the information of when I go to do that will be in my monthly newsletter. Plus, it will also be on the calendar in my Stampin' Up website. So the link to that is there as well. So the calendar has basically the links and everything to go back to the videos that I have done. So other stuff that's going on. So again, if you would like to subscribe to my newsletter, the link for that is in the description. Okay, so other things that are going on. So this special release of Designer Series paper, we still have this paper. It is while supplies last, but they're still out there in the online store. I do have a link that will take you directly to where all the Designer Series papers are on in the online store. Now, what Stampin' Up! Has done is they have taken three old patterns of Designer Series paper, and they brought them back, refreshing them with new colors. So, for example, the refreshed Beauty 12 by 12 Designer Series paper, um, they have Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lime Twist, and Peach Pie in the colors in the paper. But the pattern for this paper is actually from Blackberry Beauty, which was a specialty Designer Series paper we had in a holiday mini catalog a few years ago, I believe. All the colors were like rich raspberry, blackberry bliss, and some gold foiling in it. And so it's the same patterns, just no foiling, and they just changed up the colors. The Serene Love 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. That is a recolored paper from True Love, which was part of a Valentine's suite that we had in, it was probably a January to June, I'm guessing, catalog, mini catalog. Now, the paper, the designs, everything was black and white. And now they have recolored those designs with Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. And then Shades and Hues is a 6 by 6 sized pack of Designer Series paper. The colors in there are Fresh Freesia, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. This is a take off of Color Theory. This was a Designer Series paper that we had in an annual catalog a few years ago. So these papers, again, they are while supplies last, and they are still available at the time of me recording this video. And again, the link for it will take you directly to where all the Designer Series papers are, and these will be up near the top of the whole listing. And then the 30% off all of the Close to My Heart products, that is still going on. Um, there's no end date what Stampin' Up! Is looking to do. Since we've brought on the makers and products that were from Close to My Heart, they're some of that stock they're looking to sell it off, so then that way they can come in with new product that will feature Stampin' Up! Colors. So that is still going on. Our last chance products list, that is still going on. Stampin' Up! Changed it up a little bit. It used to be when a catalog was retiring. So, for example, our holiday mini catalog, typically a month before, they would have the last chance product list. and it would basically feature just those products that were retiring out of that mini catalog. This year, actually starting from last year, they had decided to change it up. The last chance products list will change every 2 months, and this will include not only the catalog that would be retiring, it will also include other items that were in the online exclusives, and also what was the clearance rack? I believe the clearance rack is going away, and those items are going to be included with the last chance products. Now, there's really no end date at all. I mean, the holiday mini just retired, so those items are basically going to be in there, I guess, until they are sold out. So there are a few items, probably quite a few items that are now sold out, but there is still a lot more. And there's also quite a few items as well from that holiday mini catalog that are actually carried over, and you'll find them in the online exclusives. Okay, and then Paper Pumpkin. So we just got done with the subscription period for the February kit, and I will have a video for that. It's a Valentine's Day themed kit that makes cards. When I get the kit in, I will then have a video for that. But right now, the subscription period for the February kit is now open. It is Hello Spring Kit, and this does coordinate with the Grow with Love bundle that is featured in the online exclusives. And also with Paper Pumpkin, they're doing the same thing that they did last year. They are offering a coordinating set of dies that will coordinate with each quarter's kits. So these are the Spring is in the Air dies. So you have dies that will coordinate with the January, February, and March kit. Now, you do not need the dies to complete the projects in the Paper Pumpkin kits. This is just if you want to do some alternative projects with them. Now, in order to get these, you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. Um, this is only available in North America. In the US, these dies are, I believe, 12.90. Are they 12.95? I think. I know that it's under 13, so let me quickly bring it up. And these dies are available to purchase now. Let's see. Let me bring it up really quickly. Paper Pumpkin. Okay, so so the Spring is in the Air dies. They are $12 here in the US. They are a little bit more in Canada. Again, you do need to be a subscriber in order to get these. The item number for these is 166237. And then also all of the sets of dies that coordinated with all of the kits from last year, all of those are still available in the online store. If you go under shop products, under kits, Paper Pumpkin, you want refills, past kits, and more, and that is where you will find it. Also, the kit from December, the refill kits are available, and they are also in the online store. Um, the very first set of dies that they had that coordinated with these kits, the Love of Spring, those are actually on sale at the moment, and like I'm thinking once they are sold out, then they're probably going to be gone. Let's see, anything else from there? Um, okay. All right. So again, these are currently available and the subscription period has opened up for the new February kit as well. All right. And then there are the catalogs. So now I can actually do this. I was not able to open up this catalog and show anything to you until it actually went live, and it officially went live on Tuesday, January 7th. And here is the stamp set that we're going to be using tonight, Friendly Seagulls. You can get this free with a $60 purchase before tax and shipping. And so everything that is in this brochure is free with that purchase. There's also a joining special. Now, to join Stampin' Up, you don't have to be a demonstrator to build a business. You can simply join to receive the discount. There is a quarterly minimum that you would have to meet, but you would not need to meet that until the end of June. And so they have two options in regards to joining. So you would, if the cost here in the US is $99, and that include the and plus tax, it does include the shipping. In your starter kit, you get to choose $125 in products, that any items that are in current catalogs, whatever you see in the online store, you can put in your starter kit. Then in addition to that, there's two additional options that you can choose from. There is an exclusive stamp set called Handmade Designs. You will get that stamp set, plus you will get to choose two packs of the Stampin' Right markers. Now, these are not the alcohol markers, these are the regular ones. We have the subtles, the regals, the brights, and neutrals. So you can choose two of the collections along with the stamp set in addition to your $125. If you don't want that, the other option is you can choose an additional $30, so $155 in product in your starter kit for $99 plus tax. In addition to your starter kit, you also you will get a previous paper pumpkin kit, so you can see what that's all about. You will also receive a package of the current catalog, so our current annual catalog, plus this catalog here, plus also a package of the celebration brochures. Again, if you're not looking to build a business, this is just stuff that's included in your starter kit. And again, there's no commitments. I mean, you don't have to meet that quarterly minimum until the end of June. And if you have any questions at all about that, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. The other thing that they have going on, so celebration, there's like three different options or three different categories to celebration. The other thing is you can host an event, or you can place an individual order. So, for example, on here, with any order of at least $300, now this can be a total from a party order or an individual order, and then you will get to choose an additional $30 worth of product. Um, that's for that. And then, of course, like I said, for every $60 or $120 that you spend, you can choose products out of this kit. So this particular stamp set here is free with a $120 purchase. Let's see, and then this bundle right here, a stamp set with a set of dies. And then there's, for the $60 products, you got some designer series paper, sequins, stamp sets. There's some seam binding ribbon. So, and even an embossing folder. So a lot of items here in this celebration brochure. And then here is our January to April mini catalog. So now I can actually open this and I can show you the items that are in here. And I'm not going to take the time to go flipping through the whole catalog. These are, you can see the catalog online. And then there is also the scrapbooking brochure. Now this is digital. This, I just printed this out back in September, and now in January, the scrapbooking workshop kits that Stampin' Up! Is offering are in a digital format, and come the new annual catalog that I believe will go live. Really shouldn't be showing this with my address, right? So the mini catalog goes through May 5th, and the celebration brochure will go to the end of February. Come May 6th is when the new annual catalog will go live. So at that point, all the scrapbooking stuff will then be added in that catalog. So in here, you have workshop kits, you have designer series paper, you have sticker sheets. And so there is a link. So this you can find. I think I may have a link for it in the description of the video. All right, so with that, I think I have talked long enough. Let's get into these projects and get them done. So let me get all this out of the way. Okay, so again, we're using the friendly seagulls. I have done some stuff ahead of time. Now, with this being a photopolymer stamp set, I did die cut pieces that I needed, but we can do the stamping and we can also do the coloring. So for these projects, I am doing coloring. The Friday, last Friday in my life, I did not, there was no coloring involved, and I actually didn't use any white cardstock at all in those projects. So this time we are doing some coloring, and yeah. Okay, so I do have a ruler here because I have not put together that PDF yet. So I have a piece for my card base. This is basic white thick. It measures 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4.25. I have a piece of Azure Afternoon cardstock. This measures 5.25 by 4. And ahead of time, I embossed it with the metal plate 3D embossing folder. This is in our annual catalog. And then out of a scrap of basic white, I die cut these pieces right here. These come from the perennial postage dies. These dies, they too are in the annual catalog. And then I took a scrap of basic black. So this is a 1/2 inch wide here. And then it's just a scrap strip. I stamped it in the Versamark ink, and then I heat embossed it using white embossing powder. And then I had trimmed it down to where this now measures, what does this measure? Like 1 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so let me fold and burnish my card base and then glue down my embossed piece right here. So I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. Hope everybody is being safe and staying warm. And again, if you are in areas where you're getting the winter weather, you know, don't drive around on the roads if it's really bad if you don't have to. It's no fun to slip and slide and get into accidents. And even those of you that are in California, prayers are also with you. That is just horrific, the situation that you're all dealing with those really bad fires and just the destruction that it's done. Definitely praying for all of you. Please stay safe. Let's see. So we have that. Let me bring my video back up so I could see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to set this aside along with our greeting. One thing that I do need to get one thing. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to grab another package of dimensionals. Going to need those. Okay, so then on these pieces, I'm going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in my foam piercing mat. With photopolymer stamps, they do not have that foam cushion like the red rubber does. And so, so to get a nice stamped image, we are going to use this. Now, all my stamping, I'm going to do using my Memento Tuxedo black ink. And let's see. Excuse me. All right. So for this piece right here, I'm going to bring in my seagull that has the French fries in its mouth. Okay, I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm going to stamp this on this perennial postage die. And I'm going to stamp this towards the bottom, because I'm going to be stamping another image right above it. Okay. I want the stamp that's got the smaller seagulls that are flying. And we're going to put them, hopefully I'm in the thing here. Come on, straight. I'm going to stamp that right above them. Okay, we'll set that aside. And then on this big square here, I want this other seagull. Let me see if I can bring this, just kind of tilt this a little bit. All right. Okay. And then we're going to stamp him right in the middle here. Okay, set him aside. All right, and then let's see, on this little square, we're going to stamp the French fries. Stamp that right there. Okay. And then on this piece here, there is a stamp that has 3 little fish on it. So we're going to stamp those up here. And then there is another stamp that has what looks like these little, looks like bubbles, or they could be little rocks. I'm going to stamp that right there. Okay. And then on this piece, what I'm going to do, instead of using my Memento Tuxedo black ink on my greeting, I'm going to use my black, my basic black Stampin' Right marker. Let me close up my glue here. And I am going to, the stamp that says French fries, I'm going to use my brush tip. And I'm going to use the side of that brush tip to actually ink up my words. For some reason, I want, you know, when you use the ink pad, especially the Memento, it doesn't always stamp really like a really dark, solid black. So for my greeting, just use the marker instead. Now you can't do that with the alcohol markers, just the Stampin' Right marker. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Oh, simply run out of space. Okay, so we're going to do some coloring with our blends. So for his, so let me bring these in. So for his beak, I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, and then this big fish here, I'm going to use my dark Daffodil Delight on this one. Okay, and then I'm going to use the dark Peach Pie for their feet. Okay, and then I'm also going to use it on this really small fish on the bottom here. Okay. And then I'm going to use, what's next? I'm going to use the light Melon Mambo for this middle fish here. Okay. And then for this sand here, I have my dark crumb cake. And I'm just going to add some dots. Okay. And then on the seagulls, I am going to take my light smoky slate and I'm going to color these wings. Now there's a stripe that's here in the middle of the wing. I'm going to color that using my dark smoky slate. Okay. I'll do down here too. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So all of the seagulls that I am using on all my cards, I'm going to color them all using the same colors. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my light Daffodil Delight. And these French fries that are in this seagull's mouth, I'm going to color those in. Okay. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to color in these French fries right here as well. And then I'll also color in that bun of that hamburger. That's, for some reason, my Daffodil Delight markers are very, very inky, so I ended up going over a little bit. So this I'm going to set aside before, excuse me, before I color the rest of that in. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my dark smoky slate, and I'm going to color this area right here on the wings. I need to get into the picture instead of moving away from the camera. YouTube has yet done another change. When I went to do my Throwback Thursday video, I do them as an unlisted or a private live. It's just quicker for me to complete my videos that way. And now they do a countdown, and then it changes up the orientation of the pictures. I don't know what it's doing, but yeah, it just gets a little crazy because I don't know what to expect when I go live or when I do any of my pre-recorded stuff. All right, so then I'm going to bring in this right here. I have my dark Poppy Parade, and I'm going to color in this fry box. Like so. Okay, and then on the seagulls, I'm going to outline the inside here of the seagulls using my light gray granite. And this will actually be lighter when it dries. Okay. I will do inside his beak as well. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my light pool party blend. Now this kind of takes the images and it makes them pop a little bit more if you outline them. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to outline these birds here in the sky. And then I'm going to go around my seagull. Okay, then go around this here. And as you can see, it just makes that image pop a little bit more. And this will lighten up a little bit as it dries. And do the same thing on this one. Okay. And then we got the French fries. Of course, that's going to look a little green right there because that light daffodil kind of went out of the lines a bit. Okay, and then for our fish, we got our little one, and then okay. So now it's time to assemble our card. So for the back of these, I'm going to bring in my dimensionals and pull out a new sheet. And then I'm also going to bring in my black ones. So I'm going to add, let's see, are these going to fit on here? Yep, they will fit. So I will add 2 on there. And then let's add them to the back of these other pieces here. Let's see. It'd be interesting to see what it's doing now out there after I'm done here. Like I said, it was snowing when I started, and of course I'm starting a lot later than I should be, kind of like around 11 o'clock at night. And so it was starting to come down, not extremely heavy, but you could see it. So we'll see what happens when I'm done, how heavy it's coming down. All right, so I'm going to now arrange these pieces onto my card base here. So the image with the French fries, I'm going to place that right here. And I'm not going to press it down really hard, not yet. Then I want the one with the French fries. I'm going to place this one over in this corner right here. All right, and then one with the fish. We're going to place this one up here. I want to try and line it up with the one beneath it. Okay. And then our other one. I'm going to place this one. Let me turn my card. I'm going to place this one right over here. Hopefully we got it lined up. And then the French fries. I'll add this one right over here, kind of line it up with the other ones. And then the I love you more than. And we're going to place this right here in the middle, like so. Let's make sure everything's kind of straight here. Okay, now we'll press this all down. Okay, so for my embellishments on this card, I will be using the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. Now on my other two cards, I will be using the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So these are both in the annual catalog. I'm going to use this one here. This is Blueberry Bushel. Now this is Azure Afternoon. It's a different blue, but ultimately this blue here, yeah, I think this blue goes better with this. Okay, so let me bring in my Take Your Pick tool and let's add a few of these. So I'm going to take a large one, place that one down there, and then two of the smaller ones. We'll add one there, and then we'll add one right up here. Okay, so there is, oh, wait a minute. We forgot a step. We forgot a step. Let's bring in our Wink of Stella. And then I'm going to add some on the fish. I'll make sure I'm actually getting some out here. And then, of course, I'll do those. Okay, and then put this one down here. Okay, let's get these little birds up here. And then our French fries. Okay, do we get, make sure that we got everything. Okay, I think I got everything now on it. Yes, we do. Okay, so there is our first card. So now let me get the stuff for our second card. So this card, this was our piddliest one. This is the one that we had a lot more going on and a lot more coloring. So the other ones will go by a little bit quicker. Okay, so for my second one, again, I have done some stuff ahead of time. And this one is mostly all Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I have a piece of Coastal Cabana. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white that measures 5 1/4 by 4. I have two pieces. This is the Brights 6x6 Designer Series paper. This is the current pack that is in our annual catalog. So this has a total of 4 sheets of each of the colors that are in this color collection. So Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lime Twist, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade, and Pumpkin Pie are all in the Brights collection. So you have, there's 4 different designs on this. So I went with the one that has this pattern right here. Okay, so these two pieces, these measure 1 3/4 by 4. So I've cut 2 of those. And then ahead of time, now these we don't have anymore. I had punched out with Coastal Cabana and Basic White. Let's see, so the Coastal Cabana was punched out using the 1.5 inch circle punch. Now we don't, this one is currently retired, but you can find 1.5 inch circle punches, whether it's Amazon or in, like, say, a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, Joann, stores like that. You should be able to find a punch, a circle punch in that size. And then in Basic White, I used my 1 3/8 inch circle punch for those. And again, both of these are actually retired. They've been retired for quite a while. I didn't have a circle die that was small enough, so that's why I had used the punches. And then I have a scrap strip piece of Basic White. So this measures, I believe this 3, 4, yep, 5/8, and then it's about 2 1/4 inches long as well. We may be trimming this down. All right, so I'm going to, actually, I'm going to do my stamping first, so then that way we give the ink a chance to dry. Okay, let me bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat for this, and then a piece of scrap paper. And we are going to bring in our Memento ink again. And I'm going to stamp each one of these seagulls. So the whole seagull is not going to fit on here. So I am going to just kind of center it on there and stamp it. Okay, we'll set that aside to dry. Bring in our other one. Stamp him down. And then our third one, he just got his little feet. And then we'll stamp him. Okay. All right, so let's close up our ink. Okay. We'll move these items out of the way. All right, so I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. Okay. And then on my basic white and these 2 strips of Designer Series paper, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And this is the pattern on the other side. I like the circles as well. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to line this up right at the top of my basic white cardstock, so it's all lined up. Okay, and then my other piece, let's see, does this line up? No, it's probably lines up on this side over here, but that's okay. We're going to be adding stuff on top of this anyway, so it's okay. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to leave a little bit of a space between the 2 pieces, and I'm going to place that down like so. Okay, and then this whole piece is going to go onto my card base. Okay, now we're going to center that like so. This stamp set was definitely a stamp set. When I saw it, that I'm like, yes, I have to have it. Being from Long Island and having the beaches, we would always see seagulls. Actually, we would find seagulls in the shopping center parking lots too. So, but I just think the one that has the French fries has to be like the cutest one. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Close up the glue. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the greeting on the last one we did. So I want the one that says, "Hey friend." And I'm going to bring in my black Stampin' Right marker. And again, I'm going to use the side of the brush tip. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this over. Did I get the whole thing? I think I missed the very bottom of it. Okay. Huff on it. Just to kind of wet that ink again, and then I'm going to stamp this over towards the right hand side. Okay, we'll set that aside. get this out of the way. All right, so then we're going to color in our seagulls using the same exact colors we used on the first one. So I have my dark Daffodil Delight for the beak, the dark peach pie. Well, nope, we don't need the, because we have no feet on them, so we don't need that one. We need the light and dark smoky slate and the light gray granite. And also the light pool party. I think that's all. We need the light Daffodil Delight too for the French fries. All right, so I'm going to take this light Daffodil Delight and I'm going to do the French fries first. I find the other thing too with Daffodil Delight, for some reason, the alcohol scent from this particular color marker seems to be stronger than the other colors for some reason. All right, then I'm going to take my dark smoky slate. I'm going to do these areas on the wings. Okay. All right, then I'm going to take the dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do their beaks. Okay. And then we got the light smoky slate. I'm going to do the rest of these wings. Okay, and then we got one more. All right, and then we're going to take the light gray granite and we're going to, same as the other ones. I feel like I am like way out of the camera view here. And one more. Okay, and then one more thing we have to do to them as far as coloring goes. We're going to bring in the light pool party. And again, we're going to go around. I don't know why I keep feeling like I want to go over this way. Okay. We got this one. And then one more. Okay. So now let's bring in our liquid glue again. And we're going to adhere all of these seagulls onto our Coastal Cabana circles, like so. Okay. Okay, and then our third one. All right, so we're going to leave that glue out. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of these. All right, so let's take the one with the French fries. And we're going to place this one right up here. And then let's see, we want this one here. We're going to place him right over here. And then this last one here. Okay, I'm going to kind of put that aside for a moment. And then on this greeting piece here, I'm going to add some liquid glue to this. And then turn this over. I want to see where I'm going to place this. And then take my greeting piece and place that right there. Make sure that we're straight. And then I'll place him right over that. Press those all down. We'll close up our glue. And then we're going to add Winka Stella to these guys as well. Okay, where's my Winka Stella? Let me get this one. And then we got one more. Okay, and then we got one more little embellishment to do on this. So I got my Take Your Pick tool. Now this one, I will be using the Tinsel Gems 3-pack, and this color right here is Coastal Cabana. Right. I'll take one of our larger ones. Place that right there. And then two of our smaller ones. Oops, I had that right there. And there we go. So there is our second card. Really super duper cute. I like the aqua with the gray. I think that's a good color combination. Okay, so let's get the stuff for our final card. So on my final card, again, everything I've kind of like pre-cut ahead of time. Right here. Okay, so I have a piece of boho blue. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I then have a piece of pecan pie. This measures 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Then I have a piece of this designer series paper. This comes from the Timeless Plaid 6x6 designer series paper. This is in our new January to April mini catalog. This is actually part of a big mega suite. This is the do I want to say it's storybook moments. As a matter of fact, this whole suite, I'm doing a 2-parter at the end of this month. So the 2 last Fridays, there's 2 stamped die bundles to that suite. So I'll be featuring this paper again when I go to do those videos. And again, that's at the end of January, the last 2 Fridays of January. Okay, so this piece, this measures 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Then out of some scrap white, I die cut these 2 circles. These come from the Spotlight on Nature dies. These 2 are in the annual catalog. And then I have a scrap piece of basic white. This measures like 2 1/2 by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so again, let me start by doing my stamping first. So then that way we give our ink a chance to dry before we go and color it. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to stamp the 2 seagulls, the one that does not have the French fries in its mouth. And this one. Okay, and then this one right here. Okay. All right. And then let's close this up. So we're done with that. Now I need to bring in my stamp and scrub because I do need to clean this Hey Friend stamp. So we're only going to use a partial. We're just going to use the hey from that greeting. Okay, so this little scrap piece, wherever it went, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to bring in that Stampin' Right marker again. This time I want the hey. So there's the hey and the comma. So I'm going to ink this up and try to avoid inking up that comma. And I'm going to stamp it right there. And then I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp it one more time. I kind of move some of this stuff. All right. Huff on it just to moisten up that ink a little bit. Okay, so then we have hey, hey. All right, so let me put that aside. And we'll move this out of the way. And let's bring in our seagulls. And again, we're using the same colors. So my dark daffodil on the beaks. Okay, and then the dark peach pie on the feet. Okay, and then the light smoky slate. Do the wings. And then we have our dark smoky slate. All right. Okay, come on, snap on there. And then we want our light gray granite. Again, we're going to just outline the inside of the body. And then this one. All right, and then just like we did on the other ones, bring in the light pool party and outline them. Okay, and then one more. Okay, so our coloring is done. All right. So on the backs of these, I'm going to add some dimensionals. Okay. And then let's see, we're going to take our little haze and we're going to bring in our scissors and we're going to trim these down. Okay. And this one here. Now, being lefty, I'm probably covering it all up so you can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have those cut. Okay, right, so we're going to leave the scissors because we're going to need those again. Okay, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue again, and I'm going to glue this designer series paper onto my pecan pie piece. I'll center that. Okay, and then let's fold and burnish our card base. That hurts. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in my glue, and we're going to adhere this to the center of our card front. Center that right there. All right, so then let's take our seagulls, and we're going to adhere this one right over here. And then one of the haze, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back. And then we're going to stick that right there. Put down our other one. Okay. We'll put this one right up here and get our other hay. Add a little bit of glue to the back of that. Stick that right up there. Hey, hey. All right, so then I'm also going, let me bring in, let's see, we got the Tinsel Gem 3-pack. So this color here is Misty Moonlight, but that goes a lot better with this shade of blue, which is Boho Blue. I'm also going to bring in some linen thread. And with my linen thread, I'm going to create a double-stranded bow. Let's see. We don't need our loops really big. Okay. Then let's trim the tails on this now. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my glue dots. We do need to, before we do that, let's bring in my Wink of Stella. Where did I put my Wink of Stella? it down here? Okay. I thought I put it back in the same place. Is this the one I was using? No, that one looks a little dry. It wasn't that one. What'd I do with it? Oh, it's right there in front of me. All right. Let's try this again. Add some Winka Stella. Okay. That takes care of that. Okay, so now my glue dots and my bow. I'm going to add that right here in the middle, like so. And then our Misty Moonlight dots here. We'll add one down here. And then two smaller ones up here. Like so. Okay, so there is, let me kind of get some of the stuff out of the way. And I'll bring in all of the cards that we made tonight. All right, so there is the third card. Really super cute. I really love working with this, what is it? Friendly Seagulls stamp set, which is in our, which is one of the celebration offerings free with a $60 purchase. So here is the first card that we made. So we kind of have this collage of different images and says, I love you more than French fries. And then we have the pretty Coastal Cabana one. Really cute, featuring all three of them. And then, of course, here's our last one, our Hey Hey one. I really like the color combination on this one. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, even though it's a kind of live, so you're watching a pre-recorded Friday Night Live. Again, my reasoning is they're talking, well, we're under a winter storm warning. I keep on wanting to say severe storm, but it's not no thunderstorms or rain or tornadoes or anything like that. It's basically just snow. They're not talking about any freezing rain. And I did it this way only because I didn't want to take a chance if there was going to be issues with my internet. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to get a video out for you for Friday, because not everybody is experiencing this weather. Again, I want to send up prayers for those of you that are still reeling from the winter storm from last weekend up north with all the ice and the snow and all that. Also praying for those of you that, well, that same storm south of where I live, they had severe weather where there were severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. We just kind of got some rain. It didn't really get all that windy. It wasn't all that bad. So We kind of lucked out there. But now this weekend, so starting tonight, Thursday night, and all through Friday, and all the way up until 6 a.m. on Saturday is when our um, winter storm warning is going to expire. So, for those of you that are going to be dealing with snow from this storm, um, be safe, stay warm, and if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Because again, down here, they're not as prepared to handle clearing all that snow like they are like up north where they always get the snow in the wintertime. So again, prayers for all of you. And then I also want to send up prayers for those of you, especially there's one person that I know of, Terry. She's always on here. She always helps out. Um, those fires aren't really far from where she lives. So praying for you, Terry. Stay safe. And I know that if you need to leave, then yeah, I know you'll end up leaving. So prayers for all of you too in California dealing with those really bad fires and all that. It's horrible to see all the destruction that those fires have caused and all that. So praying that, I mean, the best thing would that if it would just rain to put it out, that those fires get contained, that the winds, they just settle down. So everybody out there in Southern California, please be safe. And again, if you like the projects that I made in this video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. It not only helps me in growing this channel, it also helps me in building my Stampin' Up! Business. And again, we are going through celebration, so this is the time where there's some extra perks if you wanted to join and get the starter kit. Again, you do not have to do what I'm doing where I'm building a business, doing videos, holding classes, that kind of thing. You can simply just join to get the discount, and you can do it for as long as you'd like. Also, there's also some little extra goodies that you can get for you purchase for every $60 or $120. There's free items in that celebration brochure. And if you do a party or an individual order of $300 or more, you can get an additional $30 in product in your, no, it's not your starter kit. You can just get an additional $30 in product of your choosing. So, with that, and again, if you have any questions at all regarding any of that stuff, um, my email again is in the description. Feel free to reach out and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And also, if you would like to receive my monthly newsletters, again, there is a link in the description. Just click on that, add your name and your email address, and then I will send out the one I just sent out this past Tuesday, and then I'll send them out going forward. And again, I typically send them out on the first Tuesday of each month, and I only send them again in that same month if there's some special offer or something that Stampin' Up! Is doing. And again, if you're in the US and you are not working with another demonstrator and you would like the paper copies of both the mini catalog, the January to April mini catalog, the celebration brochure, and even if you would like our current annual catalog, again, just send me an email and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to mail them out to you. So, everybody, again, stay safe, stay warm, and have a blessed one. And I will see you next Friday, which I don't know offhand. I think I may be using Umbrella Days, which is a bundle in our online exclusives. Don't quote me on that. I'm thinking that's what I'm doing next Friday, and I should be here live again at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, everyone, like I said, stay warm, be safe, and have a blessed one. Bye bye.